rebuked his wife. If you were not so affected by false ego, you would have given him all your jewels. Now, what shall we do? We have failed miserably. His wife lamented. You're right. It is only my pride that kept me from surrendering everything. How will we ever make advancement? Watching all this, Ramanuja's disciple was astonished at the humility and the surrender of these Grihasta devotees. Ramanuja explained the meaning of these two events. The sannyasis were so attached that they fought over some cause, but the Grihastas were detached even from costly jewels if they were needed for the Lord's service. Sri Ramanujacharya ki jai. Sure. Yes, there should be. Before we start from the Srimad Bhagavatam, we read from Nectar of Devotion. So this is a new chapter, chapter 21, Qualities of Sri Krishna. Personal features can be divided into two. One feature is covered and the other feature is manifested. When Krishna is covered by different kinds of dress, his personal feature is covered. There is an example of his covered personal feature in Srimad Bhagavatam in connection with his Dvaraka Leela. He is resident in Dvaraka as its king. Sometimes Lord Krishna began to play by dressing himself like a woman. Seeing this form, Uddhava said, how wonderful is that this woman is attracting my ecstatic love exactly as Lord Krishna does. I think she must be Krishna covered by the dress of a woman. One devotee praised the bodily features of Krishna when he saw the Lord in his manifested personal feature. He exclaimed, how wonderful is the personal feature of Lord Krishna. How his neck is just like a conch shell. His eyes are so beautiful, as though they themselves were encountering the beauty of the lotus flower. His body is just like a tamal tree, very blackish. His head is protected with a canopy of hair. There are the marks of Srivasta on his chest, and he is holding his conch shell. By such a beautiful bodily features, the enemy of the demon Madhu has appeared. So pleasing that he can bestow upon me transcendental bliss simply by seeing his transcendental qualities. Nectar of Devotion Ki. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narotamam Devim Saraswatim Yasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashtam Praesha Preshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naishtiki. Hare Krishna, we're reading, we're finishing up the chapter 13 of the 7th canto called The Behavior of Perfect Persons, the behavior of a perfect person. And we today we're reading text 46. Shri Narada Vacha Dharmamam Paramam Hamsyam Vai Dharmam paramam amsyambai. Bararamramasambai. Mune Shrutva Sureshvara. Mune Shrutva Sureshvara. Pujayitva Tata Prita. Pujayitva Tata Prita. Amantya Prayayo Griham. Amantya Prayayo Griham. Shri Narada Uvacha. Dharmam param mahamsyam vai. Mune shrutva sureshvara. Pujayitva tata pritam. Amancha prayayo griham. Shri Narada Uvacha. Dharmam paramahamsyam vai. Mune shrutva sureshvara. Pujayitva tata prita. Amancha prayayo griham. Shri Narada Uvacha. Dharmamam paramhamsyam vai. Mune shrutva sureshvara. Pujayitva tata prita. Amitra prayayo griham. Please, Christian. Shri Narada Uvacha. Dharmam paramahamsam vai. Bhuheshvara. Pujayitva tata prita. Amantra prayayo griham. Shri Narada Uvacha. Dharmam paramahamsam savai. Mune shrutva sureshvara. Pujayita prila pritam. Amantra prayayo griham. Shri Narada Uvacha. Shri Narada Muni said, Dharmam, the occupational duty, Paramahamsyam, of the Paramahamsas, the most perfect human beings. Why? Indeed, Pune, from the saintly person, thus hearing, be very pleased. Pledge the place. Griham. After Prahlad Maharaj heard these instructions from the saint, Prahlad Maharaj, the king of the demons, he understood the occupation potential as human beings to develop that ability to learn. But you see this person here has already achieved it. Then he makes this analogy that one who has human body has this potential to attain perfection of life. This is this is the that's the meaning of human form. So we have this with the where you're born. So and then Prabhupada also goes forward saying that not only we can attain perfection, but we all of us should become a guru. Not in the not in the formal, not in the someone who can make people find Krishna for everyone. So everyone will we should all Krishna consciousness. So the question may be raised: the quality, mentions that so Asian he's fully dependent. He's this kind of shows that it's not really limited. So it's really like someone who's eager to So, 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 when we have this qualification of having our own guru is that we try to follow his instructions, right? So we try to fully execute these instructions. That is not just enough. It has to be that mood has to be like that you have a complete faith in the instructions for the future, and only then we start to we can start to get mercy. So we can get this access of the mercy or something like that. We have complete faith in the instructions of the spiritual teacher. Yeah, so read something and we think we are already, for example, from my personal experience, I almost every day I hear, I'm not this body, right? You're a spiritual soul, but in what level have I realized this knowledge, this sentence, right? It's whenever some bodily needs come out, so it's you cannot control it, so it's very much in the level of a body, right? So it's so this state and this realization of these instructions and knowledge is very much important, because only then we can start to actually use this rather than just theoretical. Um, Places these days, some of the teachers might seem as not always they're also practicing what they teach. And this is following what he was teaching, right? And he was always surrendered to his spiritual teacher. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. This either it's not really based on qualification or disqualification, but simply to our faith and the level of realization. Yes. So. As I'm reading through my notes, maybe there's a question or a comment you might ask, you want me give, or reflection, please.
So you were saying about a Paramahamsa as someone who's reached this perfectional stage. Have you ever met a Paramahamsa before?
I'm not quite sure. I might have, but it's just, I think it's sort of like it very depends on the qualification of myself. Really, can I see Paramahamsa? Because sometimes I think maybe in our organization of ISKCON, we don't see anyone pure devotee, but actually, maybe I'm the problem. Maybe yeah. So, but yeah. So I believe as it is described, Paramahamsa is somehow who can inspire even the one who hasn't actually developed this vision, but I'm sure I'm sure I met a lot of pure devotees throughout my life so far, and I'm sure they so everyone, as I said, so Paramahamsa is one who can, not depending on whatever the situation is, they can deliver the message of Krishna consciousness uninterrupted, right? The way it was passed on by Prabhupada, and have full faith in it. So I'm sure I have met Paramahamsa, but it's just myself who hasn't really that appreciation for these personalities that I should kind of work on, because it's very easy to sometimes to just to blame everything on outside effects, but yeah, most of the things as we see is actually within ourselves. Yeah, if that's a good answer, if that satisfies you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. It's a very nice class. I have another question.
Yes, please.
What is the importance of this disciplic succession? I believe it's called parampara. Can you elaborate on that, please?
Yeah. So, yeah, it's important to be so guru and then guru and the disciples succession, which comes right from Krishna, right? So as Krishna was explaining this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita to the sun god, and then sun god was teaching it to his son, and then so on and so forth, as it comes down to today. To Sri Prabhupada pass it on to us. So it's very important because to be in order to same way as when even someone who brought you in the Christian consciousness, even when he's not practicing devotion or practicing Christian consciousness himself, what brings just someone who brings you into the Christian consciousness is also considered guru. Um, so um, yeah, so spiritual teaching is always a high position. He's one of the systems that is very important. We, it's like it's a cycle. So you have to, that doesn't matter. So you have to connect to power. And you have to power. And and yeah, if that would is that okay for
Very good, thank you.
thank you for your questions, very nice questions. um yeah, so just to finish up, um yeah, so as I said, so we have knowledge that we just study theoretically, and then we have one to realize that we have jnana, and but we don't want just jnana, we want to vijnana, which is realize knowledge. And as I said, so we have a parampara system, but the easiest and the best way to get get this information, this realization inside of us is we have to start by hearing. Right? We have to hear a lot, like all the time. Right? So we have to just always hear this knowledge regularly, and then within the time, Krishna will reveal this knowledge and will give that sort of inspiration and realization of what does it mean to not be a body, right? What to not associate with the body. What does it mean to be actually? How does it? How one acts when he understands that we are internal spiritual parts and parts of a supreme personality, God, Krishna. So yeah, so through so we can hear this knowledge through from Krishna through the disciple succession. And yeah, so after we hear, we start chanting, right? So and yeah, so chanting the holy name is the best and the easiest way to self-realization in the age of Kali. Yeah, there's no really the best other better way to reach that perfection of vibe than to chanting and hearing and associating with like-minded persons, like devotees, and yeah, and the serving spiritual teacher and serving devotees. So yeah, Hare Krishna. Um, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, all you ki jai.